And now images from a changing Iraq. A counter-terrorism advisor who spent months in the country will give us his view on what's been going on.
There's so many sad stories coming out of Iraq. I mean, you know, it is war, but check out these images. They are rarely seen. A soldier sharing a tender moment with a smiling Iraqi child. Intense Iraqi recruits being trained by American soldiers. This is life in Iraq, as photographed by a former FBI agent and counterterrorism expert who spent months in that country advising the military. His name is Tim Clemente, and he joins me now from Washington, from our Washington newsroom, to talk about what he hopes sales of his photo essay book will do for the wounded veterans and the changes, of course, that he's seen there over the 3 trips. Thank you for joining us today. And of course, you have seen some changes, I'm sure.
Yes, I have, Don, and thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Iraq is very much a changing country, and I think the American military and coalition forces are partially responsible because of the way they've modified what they've done. They've changed from war fighting to counterinsurgency, which is much more of a police action and involves much more interaction with the Iraqi people.
And you're talking about interaction with the Iraqi people, and then just before the interview, I was talked to you a little bit about that. I said there are so many sad stories that come out of war, but really the stories of the children, are those the stories that touch your heart the most? And now with it this way that you said that you're fighting the war, do you have more interaction with them?
Yes, I do, and I have several friends in Iraq that have family members, and part of the reason the children affect me so much is I'm a father of 8 kids myself, so I see in those children over there my own kids. The people all over the world are the same. Iraqi children are the same as kids anywhere. They want security, they want safety, they want to be able to live their lives and, if possible, have fun. You see this picture here of the soldiers walking through a rubble-strewn street holding hands with Iraqi kids.
You don't see these images a lot coming out of Iraq. You don't see our forces in this type of manner. Look at this kid, beautiful kid here, crayons.
Incredible picture, just smiling, beaming proudly because he was given a box of crayons by American soldiers who visited his school. And you know, that gift, not the gift of the crayons, but the gift of that smile to the soldier who gave him that box of crayons, it makes it all worthwhile. These soldiers, like this guy here, 82nd Airborne soldier, interacting with about a 4-year-old girl on the streets of Baghdad, and that smile and his smile, it's worth $1 million, and it tells him that, you know, we appreciate you being here, and he knows that it's all worthwhile when he gets that response from an Iraqi citizen. Now, here's another kid receiving a soccer ball.
And I mean, when you give him a soccer ball, I mean, to us, a soccer ball, okay, you know, kids here in the U.S. have tons of soccer balls, you know, it's sort of an embarrassment of riches in many cases. But when you give a kid in Iraq a soccer ball, or you shake their hand like we saw the soldier doing before, what's the reaction from the kids?
Well, you can see in this kid's eyes, he's in awe. This little girl here with the Polish soldier, you know, it takes great courage from a little girl like that, 3 or 4 years old, to walk up to a giant of a soldier. They don't speak the same language. He's from Poland, she's from Iraq, and yet they're communicating. Clearly, he's giving her a muffin. He's coming off a firing range from marksmanship practice, and sees this little girl and just walks over and hands her a muffin.
People, why would you do this? Obviously, you work now, I know you're a former FBI agent, and you've worked there as well, and your mission, you can't really talk about it, can you?
No, most of what I do over there is classified, but I'm an advisor to the military on counterinsurgency and counterterrorism matters. I worked counterterrorism for the FBI here in Washington, D.C.
Tons of folks do that, Tim. Why would you do this?
Well, I was in Iraq and February of last year, just about a year ago, I got there again, and I saw all these pictures coming out, and this is during the height of the tension, the terror, the insurgency, and the horrific IED attacks all over Iraq. But every day these pictures were coming out, and I have to correct one thing you said. I didn't actually take the photographs. I merely assembled them and created the book. The photographs are actually taken from combat camera photographers, which are uniformed members of the U.S. military who carry guns, wear body armor, wear helmets, and carry cameras, and they record everything that goes on in theater.
I want people to know this too. If they want to go, it's www.courage/Iraq. .com,
it's
or
actually
-Iraq.
Yeah, -Iraq, courage-Iraq.com.
And this money goes to 2 places that need it, the Fisher House and Freedom Alliance, right?
Yes, the Freedom Alliance gives scholarships to the surviving children of soldiers who are killed in battle, and the Fisher Fisher House takes care of the families of soldiers who are wounded and are recovering, rehabilitating at military hospitals around the world by providing housing and assistance for those family members so they can be with the wounded soldiers.
We have to wrap it up here, but what do you want people to know about the children in Iraq?
The children in Iraq need our support just the same way our troops do and the coalition forces do. And they're the same as our kids. They're not terrorists just because it's a Muslim country. Do not associate Islamic extremism and terrorism with the Islamic faith, because they are not the same.
Former FBI agent and counterterrorism expert Tim Clemente, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Don.
Gone for